Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Pretender here, back with another Honkai Star guide, and today I'll be providing a full build guide to the general himself, Jing Yuan. Jing Yuan is a Lightning Erudition character who will be rerunning on the second part of 2.0 along with Sparkle's initial banner. And so today I'm going to be going over his kit, his Eidolons, best Lightcones, and best Relics, along with the best Planner Ornaments. Now before I get into the video, if you guys can drop a sub and turn on the bell icon for future videos like this, along with summons, guides, showcases, all that kind of stuff, that would be greatly appreciated. Also drop a like on the video to show your appreciation, would be greatly appreciated. And let's get straight into the video. So Jing Yuan's basic attack deals lightning damage equal to 100% of his attack to a single enemy. His skill deals lightning damage equal to 100% of Jing Yuan's attack to all enemies and increases Lightning Lord's hits per action by 2 for the next turn. His ultimate deals lightning damage equal to 200% of Jing Yuan's attack to all enemies and increases Lightning Lord's hits per action by 3 for the next turn. And now his talent is where he gets interesting, because Jing Yuan himself isn't the crazy DPS, it's actually his Lightning Lord, which is the juice of his kit. And so his talent summons Lightning Lord at the start of the battle. Lightning Lord has 60 base speed and 3 base hits per action. When Lightning Lord takes action, its hits are considered follow-up attacks, with each hit dealing lightning damage equal to 66% of Jing Yuan's attack to a random single enemy, along with enemies adjacent to it, also will receive lightning damage equal to 25% of damage dealt to the target enemy. The Lightning Lord's hits per action can reach a max of 10. Every time Lightning Lord's hits per action increases by 1, its speed increases by 10. After Lightning Lord's action ends, its speed and hits per action return to their base values. And then of course, when Jing Yuan is knocked down, the Lightning Lord will disappear. When Jing Yuan is affected by crowd control debuff, the Lightning Lord is unable to take action. So CCs will be a big counter to Jing Yuan, so be sure to run someone that can cleanse just in case things get ugly. And so yeah, as it says, for his ultimate giving him the Lightning Lord 3 actions and here 2 actions, and it goes up to a maximum of 10. The more Lightning Lord stacks you have, obviously the faster and stronger it will be. And for his technique, after the technique is used, the Lightning Lord's hits per action in the first turn increases by 3 at the start of the next battle. Moving on to his bonus abilities, his first bonus ability, after the skill is used, the crit rate increases by 10% for 2 turns. Second bonus ability, at the start of the battle, immediately regenerates 15 energy. And third bonus ability, if the Lightning Lord's hits per action is greater or equal to 6 in the next turn, its crit damage increases by 25% for the next turn. Moving on to his Eidolons, so his first Eidolon, when Lightning Lord attacks, the damage multiplier on enemies adjusted to the target enemy increases by an extra amount equal to 25% of damage multiplier against that target enemy. His second Eidolon, after Lightning Lord takes action, damage caused by Jing Yuan's basic attack, skill, and ultimate increases by 20% for 2 turns. His fourth Eidolon, for each hit performed by Lightning Lord when it takes action, Jing Yuan regenerates 2 energy. And his final Eidolon, each hit performed by Lightning Lord when it takes actions will make the target enemy vulnerable. While vulnerable, enemies receive 12% more damage until the end of Lightning Lord's current turn, stacking up to 3 times. So as you can see, his whole kit centers around the Lightning Lord at the end of the turn doing a big hit. Getting more hits obviously means more damage, also with more stacks, becomes faster, and so he himself isn't doing the crazy damage. His ult can hit pretty hard, his skill does not hit too hard, and his basic is lol, but his Lightning Lord is where the juice of his kit, as I mentioned earlier, is. The Lightning Lord itself hits really damn hard, and since it hits multiple times and it's AoE, overall it hits really hard, and you can definitely see the damage stack up. Moving on to his Lightcones, his best Lightcone is still going to be his signature Lightcone because it is absolutely crazy good for him still. So what it does is increases the wearer's crit damage by 36%, so already you're getting 36% stat stick right there for crit damage. Increases the wearer's skill and ultimate damage by 18%. After the wearer uses the skill or ultimate, they gain Somnus Corpus, I think that's how you say it. Upon triggering a follow-up attack, which his Lightning Lord is considered a follow-up attack, Somnus Corpus will be consumed and the follow-up attack damage increases by 48%. So not only are you getting a crit damage bonus just like that, not only are you getting a increase to your skill damage and ultimate damage, you are also getting a 48% increase to your Lightning Lord hit. So obviously that applies to Lightning Lord also being able to hit a bunch of times if you have it properly built up. And so, as I mentioned previously, Lightning Lord hits like a freaking truck. It is insane. So overall, his best Lightcone will be his own due to the fact it just does so much for him, and him with his main damage being revolved around the Lightning Lord. This increasing the follow-up damage is very powerful. A pretty good 4-star alternative is actually the Seriousness of Breakfast, which you can get from the Memory of Chaos shop, so you can easily have this R5. So what it does is increases the wearer's damage by 12%, so you're getting 12% damage increase right there. For every enemy defeated by the wearer's attack increases by 4%, stacking up to 3 times, so you get a 12% if you defeat 3 enemies. So obviously, this Lightcone will require you to defeat quite a few enemies. With Lightning Lord being AoE, if you're fighting an AoE battle, this shouldn't propose to be too difficult. It can get a bit tricky later on, such as harder boss fights or later Memory of Chaos, but even then it still should be a pretty powerful option, and at R5, you get a 24% bonus and an 8% attack bonus. Stacking up to 3 times means you get a 24% attack increase. Another good option is actually Genius's Repose. What it does is increases the wearer's attack by 60%, and when you defeat an enemy, the wearer's crit damage increases by 24% for 3 turns. And this one is very good, just because you get a attack increase right here, and just defeating a single enemy, you get 24% attack for 3 turns, which... not attack, crit damage. You get 24% crit damage for 3 turns, which is really, really good. And since it's a 4-star, it's possible to have R5, and so the wearer's attack becomes 32%, and the crit damage goes up to 48%. You get 48% crit damage for 3 turns, which is really, really good for a 4-star option. Today's another peaceful day. Is it also an okay option? I recommend this if you do have it on the higher side of dupes though. What it does is after entering battle, increases the wearer's damage based on their max energy. Damage increases by 0.2% per point of energy up to 160 energy. So you see, it doesn't seem that crazy, but with the per points of energy, you're gonna obviously have a bigger bonus. Why I recommend this being only an option if you have it higher in dupe is because it doubles. And obviously, the increase isn't that great, so I definitely recommend only really using it if you have it around the R4 to R5 section, because it is pretty much just a free increase in damage. Unconditionally, you just get free increase in damage. And you always have it up too, so it's very helpful. But again, I only recommend using this if you have no other options and you have it high dupe. Moving on to his best relics, and the best relic set and the best in slot for him will be the Ash Blazing Grand Duke, which is the follow-up set. What it does is increases damage dealt by the follow-up attacks by 20%. And the 4-piece, when the wearer uses a follow-up attack, increases the wearer's attack by 6% for every time the follow-up attack deals damage, and since his attacks multiple times, it's really easy to get that. This effect can stack up to 8 times and last for 3 turns, and will be removed the next time the wearer uses a follow-up attack. So when it does proc, you get a big damage bonus, and it just kind of cycles between your Lightning Lord damage. It is very good, and it is easily his best in slot. Another good option is the 4-piece lightning set, and what it does for the 2 pieces increases lightning damage by 10%, and since he is lightning, this does apply to him, and his Lightning Lord deals lightning damage, so this also applies to the Lightning Lord. 4-piece, when the wearer uses the skill, increases the wearer's attack by 20% for 1 turn, so using your skill before the Lightning Lord attacks, so like within the same turn, is obviously how it's going to work, and that's pretty easy to do. And another way you could build him, which is obviously the weakest of the 3, is running 2-piece lightning and 2-piece musketeer, due to the attack increase. The 4-piece and musketeer, the wearer's speed increases by 6 and basic attack increases by 10%. The speed's alright, but Jing Yuan's basic attack is practically useless because it doesn't give you any stacks and it's very, very, very weak. So you just want the 2-piece where it gives you 12% attack along with the 10% lightning damage increase. So running these 2 together isn't a bad option, but again, the best option will be running 4-piece follow-up set. The second best option is running 4-piece lightning set, and the third best option will be running 2-piece lightning and 2-piece musketeers. And for his planet ornaments, the best one is going to be the Inert Solsoro. I don't know if I said that correctly, so I'll just assume I did. And what it does is increase the wearer's crit rate by 8%, so free 8% crit rate right there. When the wearer's current crit rate reaches 50% or higher, which is very easy to get, the wearer's ultimate and follow-up damage increases by 50%. And if you remember to what I said previously, his skill doesn't do that much damage, his basic attack is practically useless, but his ultimate can hit pretty hard, and this will make it hit even harder. And obviously, as I've already mentioned twice now, the juice of his kit is the Lightning Lord follow-up attack, and this is increasing the follow-up attack damage. Obviously, with it increasing more damage, it's going to do more damage, so it becomes a lot more powerful with this, and this is definitely going to be the best one. The only case where I'd recommend running one over this is the Glamour set, and I only recommend doing this if you can get him to 160 speed or higher. And Jing Yuan is on the slower side, so this is not gonna be the go-to option for everyone. And the 160 speed is only slightly better than running Inert Solsoro, but if you can get to 160 speed or higher, with be it with buffs, you have a bunch of speed subsets for whatever reason, this is a option. And what it does is increases the wearer's attack by 12%. When the wearer's speed is equal or higher than 135/160, the wearer deals 12%/18% more damage. And so with this, you get a 12% attack bonus. And if you have 135 speed, you get 12% damage dealt. And if you have 160 speed or higher, you get 18% plus the 12%. So you get a 30% damage dealt bonus. And again, I only recommend running this if you can get him 160 speed or higher, which again, very unlikely. So you're probably not going to be wanting to run this. But if you can, it's only a slight damage increase compared to this one right here. So if you can't do it, there's no point in gloating over it. And another good option is Herd of Space Station, because what it does is increases the wearer's attack by 12%, and when the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher, which obviously you'll want under DPS to have higher side speed, and obviously getting to 120 now is very easy, the wearer's attack increases by an extra 12%, so you get a 24% attack bonus, which Jing Yuan does pretty well with his attack, so you're obviously going to be wanting to have attack stats that are not super low, so this one can also help with that. So if you don't have this one and you don't have a build that lets you get to 160 speed, which again most people won't, the Herd of Space Station isn't a bad option. As for the substats, as I've said previously many times, the head and hands cannot be changed. For the body, you will be rocking crit rate or crit damage respectively. You are most likely going to be doing crit rate on him, which again is completely fine, but if you have a bunch of rolls and you get up to 60-ish crit rate just from the rolls alone, obviously running a crit damage body will be helpful. And for the feat, you will be doing speed or attack percent, and that depends on you. If you want your Jing Yuan to attack more, obviously with more times your Jing Yuan goes, you can get more stacks on Lightning Lord. More stacks on Lightning Lord does more damage. Or you can put them on the slower side with the attack percent, but then your Lightning Lord overall and Jing Yuan overall will do more damage. As for the planet ornaments, you're going to be rocking lightning damage on the sphere, and on the link rope will be attack percent. As for the substats, obviously since he's a DPS, you're going to prioritize crit rate and crit damage. And after crit rate and crit damage, you're going to focus more on speed, because again, Jing Yuan is on the slower side, but you don't want him to be so absurdly slow he barely attacks in a turn, because then with less attacks, you have less stacks on the Lightning Lord. With less stacks on Lightning Lord, Jing Yuan won't be too powerful. And then after speed, obviously attack percent is going to be helpful for him to do more damage overall. And yeah, so that is the full build guide on Jing Yuan. Let me know if you guys are going to be summoning on him. Again, he will be releasing on the second part of 2.0 along with Sparkle. Hope you guys found this build guide helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.